Have you ever stopped to think about what makes a certain type of food last for, well, millennia? We're talking about a cuisine that's been making people happy for thousands of years. Today, we're going to dive into one of the world's most enduring culinary traditions, Greek food, to figure out exactly what its secret is. So let's break it all down.
And yeah, that number, that's not an exaggeration. The story of Greek food is one of the oldest we have on record, stretching back an incredible 4,000 years. I mean, that's a culinary legacy that's older than a lot of written history itself. It's just wild to think about.
So that really gets us to the big question, right? How does a way of eating not only survive, but actually thrive for that long? Well, the answer is this fascinating mix of geography, a ton of history, and a really unique cultural spirit. And we're going to uncover it piece by piece.
To really understand the food, you have to first understand the place it comes from. The whole story of Greek food, it all starts with the land and the sea. I mean, just look at where Greece is located. It sits at this incredible crossroads of continents. You've got Europe, Asia, and Africa all right there. It's a country that's defined by these dramatic mountains and a coastline that just seems to go on forever, with thousands of islands. This unique setup basically created the perfect natural pantry from the very beginning. And what's so cool is how the land literally writes the menu. You see all that rugged, mountainous land? Well, it's not great for cattle, but it is absolutely perfect for raising hardy sheep and goats. And that's why lamb, goat, and feta cheese are so important. Then you have that endless coastline, which means seafood is always on the menu. And that beautiful Mediterranean sun, it's the reason they have such incredible olives, grapes, tomatoes, and all those fragrant herbs.
And at the absolute heart of it all, for millennia, has been this, the Mediterranean Triad: wheat, olive oil, and wine. Now, these weren't just ingredients, no way. They were the pillars of their civilization. They were the foundation of every meal, they drove the economy, and they were even central to their social life. This triad is the ancient bedrock that everything else is built on. Okay, so you've got this incredible natural foundation. What happens next? Well, history starts adding its own layers of new and exciting flavors right on top.
You can almost think of Greek food like a delicious archaeological dig. The deepest, oldest layer is ancient Greece. Then you get layers from the Romans and the Byzantine Empire, and on top of that, a really rich layer from the Ottoman Empire. Every single one left its mark.
And this first layer from ancient Greece is so important because it established the core philosophy that still defines the cuisine today. The whole idea was to use simple, fresh, amazing ingredients and just let their natural flavors shine without messing with them too much. So that foundation just kept getting built on. During the Byzantine era, their capital, Constantinople, was the center of world trade. This meant all these exotic new tastes started pouring into the Greek kitchen. Suddenly you've got fragrant basil, nutmeg, and that bright, zesty flavor of lemons and oranges. And then came the Ottomans, and their influence was just massive. Seriously, so many dishes we think of as 100% Greek today actually have their roots in this period. We're talking about that flaky, paper-thin phyllo pastry for things like baklava, creamy yogurt, and the whole technique of grilling meat on skewers, what we know as kebabs. And this is the perfect illustration of how it all comes together. Take dolmades, or stuffed grape leaves. The grape leaves themselves? They're ancient. The rice and herbs inside could have come from trade with the East way back in the day. And the whole technique of stuffing vegetables? You find that all over the former Ottoman lands. It is literally history you can taste. All right, so we've got the ingredients and the history down. But how do you actually turn all this stuff into the classic dishes we all love? Let's take a look at the tools. Now, this might look like just a simple little frying pan, but trust me, it's a specialist. This is a saganaki. It's a small, heavy, two-handled pan, and it's designed for quick, high-heat cooking. And its most famous job is making the dish that has the exact same name, saganaki. Yep, that incredible fried cheese, the one they sometimes set on fire right at your table. The tool is so important, the dish was named right after it. It's the secret to getting that perfect crispy outside and that gooey, melted inside. Another absolute cornerstone of the Greek kitchen is the skara, or the charcoal grill. This thing is fundamental. You know that signature smoky flavor you get on souvlaki or grilled octopus or lamb chops?
That comes from this simple, ancient technique of cooking over hot coals. It's pure, it's primal, and it is absolutely delicious.
All right, I think we've waited long enough. Let's get to the best part, the food itself. Time for a quick tour of some of the absolute classics. First up, we have to talk about mise. These are basically small shared plates, and they are the absolute heart of Greek social dining. It's all about variety and eating together. You'll always find classics like tzatziki, that amazing cool and creamy yogurt cucumber dip, right alongside those savory dolmades we just saw. The whole point is to share and to talk. Now for the ultimate comfort foods. Let's talk about moussaka and pasticcio. You can think of them as cousins. They both have that rich, spiced meat and tomato sauce, and they're both topped with a creamy bechamel. The main difference? Moussaka uses layers of soft baked eggplant, while pasticcio uses layers of pasta. This is the definition of a hearty, home-cooked Greek meal. And you just can't talk about Greek food without celebrating the horiatiki, or the village salad. And look, this isn't just a salad, it's practically a statement. There's no lettuce, nothing fancy. It's just the best sun-ripened tomatoes, crisp cucumbers, sharp onion, salty olives, and a big old slab of feta, all dressed simply with oregano and incredible olive oil. It perfectly captures that whole philosophy. Just let amazing ingredients shine. And this brings us to our final and maybe our most important point. In Greece, food is about so much more than just what's on the plate. To really understand Greek dining, you have to know this one concept, philoxenia. It literally translates to love for strangers, but it's way deeper than that. It's this cultural rule, an ancient code of conduct. It means hospitality is basically a sacred duty. You welcome everyone with generosity, and food is the #1 way you express that welcome. And this really sums it all up, doesn't it? The long, slow meals, the meze culture of sharing everything, the family-style platters, it's all designed to bring people together. Eating is the social glue. It's how you show respect, how you build community, and how you honor tradition. So let's circle all the way back to our original question. What is the secret to this timeless cuisine? Well, it's not just one thing. It's this perfect harmony of a sun-drenched land that gives you simple, perfect ingredients, a rich history that layered flavor upon flavor, and this deep cultural belief that food's real purpose is to bring people together. So, what does a 4,000-year-old meal taste like? It tastes like simplicity, it tastes like history, and above all, it tastes like a warm welcome.